there, thanks for stopping by. Today I thought it would be fun to do some watercoloring. So I went ahead, I have a Strathmore 140 pound journal here. I grabbed a piece of scratch watercolor paper. I have my Gansi Tambi watercolors, pan pastel in neutral gray. I grabbed a pencil, a paintbrush, a silver black velvet in 2 and 6, and my image, of course. And I also have a plate to mix some colors on, and I brought my roll of painter's tape just in case I want to do an outline around my image. So the little image I got over at All Dressed Up Stamps, it's called Pitter Patter, I think Raindrops, but I'll put a link to the image down in the description box in case you would like to pick it up yourself. So let's go ahead and move some of this stuff. I also have my water, so I'll put that over there. Let's do this. So first off, let's go ahead and put our image into our book. And I actually remembered to bring a piece of tape, extra tape today. I think I'm just going to leave this on the front of the book. And then if I need a piece of tape to tape it down, it's always on the front of my book. I'm going to cheat. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over first. And we're going to use our pan pastels to put some chalk on the back of our image. And this, I also got a little soft palette thing here, and you can use that thing over and over. I just wash it every time. So I'm just going to put a line there so I know that that is where I need to put my chalk onto. So what you do is you grab some of this chalk onto your little sponge, and then you just wipe it onto the back of your image. You want to cover the whole back, or wherever the image is, actually. And how far down does it go? It goes probably about right here. And I used the white last time when I did my painting one, and that didn't show up very well. So I thought that this gray would maybe work out a little better. We'll find out here in a minute, won't we? Okay, I think that's pretty good coverage. Then I'm going to put the lid on this. We'll just set that aside. And then there's a little bit of particles on the back, so I just give it a quick puff of air there so that blows them all off. See them all over my top of my book. Made a mess. Okay, so we're going to open this, and let's put our picture on here. Blow it off again here on the front. So I'm going to try to keep it kind of in the middle. So let's go with, how about, like, move it down a little bit. How about right here? Let me grab my tape. I'm just going to tape this down so that I can flip it up like this to make sure it's doing something. And then I grabbed a pencil, and it doesn't, you can use a stylus too. But what you want to do is you just want to trace over your lines. So I'm just going to go over the top of my line. And let me see if it's actually making anything. And it is making a little arch right there. And I don't need it to be too dark because I'm going to paint over the top of it. But I'm just going to trace all of my lines. So you can put these little circles on here. You could leave those off and then do those yourself later. But for me, this is an easy way to put an image on my paper. I am not a drawer. I can color and stuff like that, but coming up with some cute little image to put onto something is not for me. I cannot do that. And I just lift it up to make sure I got some lines there. It looks like I need to. I missed part of this, even though it looks like it's there. It's not on the page. Okay. And then we'll just trace our bear. check it. Perfect. And then he's got on a little bandana. And then we got our cute little ducky. Isn't he adorable? Wendy over at All Dressed Up Stamps. It's a really cute image. Okay, now let's see what we got. Alright, that looks pretty good. Darken up his eye a little bit there so I can see where they're at. But I think I have everything covered. So then we'll just pop this off. Like that. And I'm just going to fold it because it's still got all that chalk on there and I don't want to get it everywhere. So I'm just going to fold it in half so that I don't accidentally wipe my hand in it, because I would do that. And let's see here. Let's move some of this. Alright, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm thinking, do I want to do... I'm thinking maybe I'll put a piece of tape on here to... I don't know if you can see it with the light on there. Mr. HeathersHobbieHaven stole my monitor and I'm waiting for a new one. I'm hoping it comes tomorrow. So the one I have in here is a piece of junk. So the color on it is terrible and it's like the size of a iPad. Okay, it's not that small, but that's what it feels like compared to the one that I had in here to begin with. Alright, so let's put this over here, and this is just to keep me kind of from taking up the whole page, because I get a little crazy sometimes. And let's see, I should probably do a little bit here along the bottom and the top too. That will keep me contained within a square. Otherwise, I'm liable to get crazy and just do whatever. I'll do whatever anyway, but this way I'll have a little bit of frame around it. I kind of like the way it looks when it has a little frame around the outside. Okay, let's see here. So let's do, let me pick this up. So we're going to use our Gansi Tambi watercolors. So I have those swatched here on some little pieces of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid and the little piece of plastic underneath so that I don't have to look for that. And then I think I will, let's see, what color are we going to do first? Maybe we should do the bear first because, you know, he is the main focal point. So how about we start with number, I don't know, number 47 and 46. I think I might mix those two up a little bit. So let's put this over here. And let's add, let me grab... I think I'm going to grab this bigger brush. This is number 8, just so that I can put some water onto my... No, wait a minute. I think I'm going to go... I'm going to need something else. Okay, so I went into my office and got this little dripper bottle, and I will just put some water onto my colors here. Let me move this over a little bit. So what did we decide on? 47 and 46. I just put a couple of drops of water onto my paints, and let's move some of this other stuff here. So I'm gonna move my plate over here so that I can mix the colors up a little bit. So I usually let that sit on there a little bit, and I got my scratch paper so we can actually try the colors out to see how they look first. You know, I'm all about winging it, but some people might want to try them out. So I usually activate the paint, and then let's put a little bit over here, and then I rinse my brush off before I go get the other colors so that it doesn't mix them up. I'll put a little bit of that, and then again, let's see, do I want to use, I think I'll get a little bit more of this brown, the 47, and then let's just go like this. We'll see how it goes. Okay, and let's try that out. Let's go. I think I might add a little bit more of that red. So that was number 46. And then we'll just try that out. So let's see what this one looks like. We might do maybe a little bit of the darker color for our shadow. I should have maybe not mixed it all together. I have two separate browns here. Let's try both of these. Okay, so I'm going to start with the lighter brown first. And let's pick a little bit of that up. And I just dipped my brush in the water to get it wet. And then I dabbed it on my paper towel because I don't want it to be quite so filled with water. I want to pick up more paint. So let's just start up here at his ear. I'm going to try doing the dry, just putting it on the dry paper. We'll see how that works out. So first. And I'm just following my line that I used with the chalk put down. So I'm covering that right up. So we don't have to worry about it. And then I'm going to come in and I want to fill this whole area in. I'm going to go around his nose. I could just cover it all the way up and then later paint it black, but I'm just going to go around it so I remember that it's there. And I probably should bring this line down over here. Okay. And let's go ahead and do the same thing down here for his other stuff. So let's start over here on this back leg. And then you don't want to do right next to it, so I'm going to leave that space. And I'm going to go, whoops, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do his arm. tried to pick up my darker paint. And again, I'm just covering up my chalk lines. I got quite a bit of extra ink here, so I'm just going to smush it down here towards the bottom of his arm. And since this dries, this is dry, I'm gonna go up here and just add a second coat. And then this is dry over here, this foot. So let's go ahead and add some to this foot. Or leg. And this arm's not quite dry, so I'm going to leave a little bit of space right here. I can always come back later and fill that in. And this is a handle for his umbrella, so we don't want to fill that in. Okay, so this foot over here, I think I'm going to pick up a little bit of my darker one, and we're going to add a little bit and darken it up here along this edge. And I picked up a little bit more of my 47 and mixed it in. I don't think that's quite dark enough. We'll put that in the back. And let's grab a little bit and we'll put a little bit up here on his ear. And again, I'm using the darker one. Since this is under the umbrella, we'll go ahead and give that a little bit of a darker tone. And let's do a little bit here where his ear is touching his head. And let's see, this is still wet right here, so let's maybe add a little bit down in here of our darker stuff. Grab just a little bit more of my 47. I'm going to darken this up just a little bit more. And then I'm going to grab some of my mixed darker brown. I'm going to bring this up. And then I'm going to rinse my brush off. And I'm going to pick up some of my lighter brown. I'm going to use this. Come up. And this one's not quite dry yet, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that spot still. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of our darker brown on this side of his face because it's tilted down. Go ahead and bring it over here to his ear since it's underneath the umbrella. Fan this out. And I'm going to pick up some lighter brown. A little bit of just 47. Bring it around here on the edge. Oops. A little crazy there. So I'm going to rinse my brush off. And then I'm just going to take this little spot right here and get it wet. And see if we can dab it up with our paper towel. Okay, we'll try to clean it up just a little bit more here, just a bit. I'll bring some of this light brown out here. All right. So we're going to go ahead and let this dry, and then I will come back and add some more color after it's dried up. Okay, so we got this dried, so let's go ahead and continue on. I'm going to, here where I tried to wipe up, I made a little mess, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this in right here. And let's spread this up this way so it kind of feathers it out, doesn't leave a big blob right there. And then let's add a little bit right here on our line. Some of this dark. And let's see what we can put on this line of the bear's arm. Okay, what should we do for the inside of his ears and his little belly? We need to do some kind of, let's see, what are our choices? Got the 46, but we need it to be a little bit lighter. Maybe we can do 47. Let's try that. 47. And let's try putting some 44 on it, which is a yellowish brown. Get my swatch. So let's see what this color looks like. No, I don't like that. How about, about 47 again. And maybe we could just lighten it with some white. Try that. And white is number 10. Let's see what that looks like. Nope, I still don't like that. Choices, these choices are hard. Let's try adding a little bit of this 46 in there. See what that does with our 47 and our white. Kind of liking that. Let's try adding a little dab of 32, which is red. So we got 47, 46, 10, and 32. I think I'm going to go with that. And let's go ahead and do his belly too. All right, we got a little duck here. Let's work on him while we're waiting for that to dry. So I think I'm going to go with 44 seems kind of yellowish. I don't want it to be too bright yellow, so let's try 44. And then let's mix a little bit of 43 in there. And we'll see what we get. Let's grab our little swatch. Do a little bit, one more dab of 43. So more 43 than 44. Okay, I'm liking that. Let's try that. Go ahead and fill him all the way in, and then we can darken up some of the areas in the back. And then I think we'll add number 20, which is black. Let's get started with that. We'll do a little dab on the nose. And we're going to give it an eye. And then let's go up here and start on this umbrella. So I'm thinking that we're gonna do number, let's see, 36 is kind of a purplish red. Let's try that with maybe number 35. Got 36. And then let's do 35. I like it. And let's do that in here first. And then we'll lighten it up and we'll do the top of the umbrella. Let's add a little bit more to the foot. Okay, so far so good. Let's see what we can do with, oh, let's mix up some more of this pink here, the red. And I'll just do 36 along the edges of this red up here to darken it up a little bit. Now, let's see what we can do with our duck over here. Let's do a little bit more of a 44. In the yellow we already had over here. Darken him up a little bit in some places. think I'll put a little bit of my 43. Just drop it on here. Do something to this wing. Okay, let's try some 435 on top of our umbrella. Oh wait, it's not dry yet. We're gonna have to let that dry a little bit. Let me get my heat tool. I'm gonna give it a blasting. And then let's try some 35 on top of our umbrella. See what that looks like. So we can do some on this side. take some of our darker color and do a little line right here. And then we're going to, let's see, let's do his beak first. Let's do 33 for his beak. And we better get his foot. And what color should his bandana be? Maybe his bandana should be orange to match the little duck guy there. Okay, I think I'm going to let this dry for a bit by itself, and then I'm going to come back and we'll add some more stuff on there. Okay, I'm back. It's dried, so let's go ahead and do, I'm going to add a little bit more color to his ears. just wiping a little bit of this color back off. Give it a little bit of shiny patches. Now let's go. I'm really liking how this umbrella looks. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it like that, and we're gonna do the dots. I'm thinking I'm just gonna do those black. Got quite a bit of a puddle in that first dot up there. So I'm drying my paintbrush off, and I'm coming back and sucking up some of that paint with my paintbrush. Let's see, thinking maybe I'll do the lines on the umbrella with black too, but I'm going to switch to a smaller paintbrush. So this is number 2. And let's start with this one right here. Another one right here. My line got a little crazy there. And let's see here. Let's do maybe these lines. Oh, I better do the little top here. And then I think I'll do these lines that come off of the top. Definitely need to work on my lines. I would like for them to be smaller, but that's what we get. Okay, let's go ahead and add a little bit more. I think I'll add a little bit. How are we going to darken up this orange? Let's see. Let's do a little bit of this orange, 33, and then we'll add a little bit of 31, which is a reddish orange. To this bandana here. Oh, and I forgot the little duck's eyes. And he had little eyebrows. Let's see how good we can do with that. Not too bad. Okay, then we're going to need to... Oh, he's going to need some decoration around the outside. He can't just be plain. Let me see. Let's do... Well, let's give him a quick dry to make sure he's all dry. Fix this line up here. Okay, so let's see what we can do for some decorations out here. Let's try orange. don't want that big of a dot. Well, now I did it. And there we have it. We're all done.